Welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. 9 a.m. hour number 3 underway. He joins us at this time each and every week. Thanks to our friends at Coke and Piggly Wiggly. It's the coach, Wim Sanderson.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach. Turn up
Okay,
the heat.
now.
Today's our day.
I want to get you all worked up to start with.
Get us all gassed up, Coach.
Is basketball a more athletic sport than football or baseball?
Yes.
Thank you. What about Cole? What did he say?
Well, Cole doesn't play athletically. He just sits over there in the corner and pops threes and takes hard fouls.
Well, you got to have a great shooting skill. You got to have good feet to defend, and you got good hands. You got to be able to run. I get questioned all the time about certain teams beating other teams. Everybody is as good as you are almost. On a particular night, they may be better than you are. And when you play with a one-and-done sport in an NCAA basketball tournament, you're not playing like you're in the NBA, and if you lose one, you got 6 more to play. So to me, when people ask me, why did so-and-so beat so-and-so, that's sort of the answer I give, and it is probably the right answer. It's athletic as crap, and other teams got athletes. They play it well. They shoot it well. You've got to defend better, and so it's the kind of thing. All right, we've got 4 games. We got 5 games today with the SEC playing. For you two, the toughest game will be Texas A&M and St. Mary's. St. Mary's is going to play slow. Texas A&M likes to play fast. You got to be smart to play. When you try to decide what you're going to do for a game, if you're in the SEC tournament, now we did well in the tournament. I sort of knew exactly what the other teams were going to do. They're not going to change much. I changed a little bit. But when you get into the NCAA tournament, it's where you play and who you play. If they do something quite different, 1-3-1 trap, they pressure all over the court, they play slower, whatever, then you have to really prepare for that game. So that game, you might falter, and if you falter in that game, you're 88 and out the gate. So those 2 thoughts I just wanted to mention. Y'all can say whatever you'd like to say, or ask me whatever you want to ask me.
I want to ask you about guard play. And when people tell us that guard play wins in the tournament, why is it more important in the tournament? Why is it highlighted in the tournament? Well, and why do we not focus on it as much in the regular season?
Well, I think you need to focus on it. Guard play is this. First of all, the dribble is used to take you somewhere. It is not to be dribbling. I'm hung up on this. It's not to be dribbling between your legs or show your fanny that you can dribble back. The dribble takes you somewhere. It takes you closer to the receiver. It takes you over a screen. It takes you from the back court to the front court if you have to, if you're being pressed at times. And sometimes when you see kids play, it's overused. They'll wear you out dribbling the basketball. But it's an offensive weapon that takes you somewhere. As far as the guards are concerned, the guard's job is to defend, get the ball to the open people, number 2, and number 3, shoot the open shot and make it. Defend, get the ball to the open people that are open, and shoot the open shot when you've got it. Now, if that's by coaches, if you say that it's more important by some people in the SEC and then in the NCAA than it is in regular season, I don't know that it is. For me, it wasn't. They had great point guards, or we couldn't have won. But the point guards have to understand their role. Some point guards come in thinking every time I get it, I shoot it, and that's fine. Alabama's got some that can shoot the lights out of it. So for me, it was a little bit different. I coached a little bit different than that. I wanted good shots, and I wanted those things out of a point guard. What else?
Is there a team, Coach, that you've seen that probably isn't getting enough run that you think is legit?
Oh, that's a good question, and I don't know the cotton picking answer. I don't know. I haven't seen them all. I don't know. I don't know. In the league, you know, Florida, got beat by Vanderbilt, and they played awfully well, and the coach has done a good job of getting them to play. Got maybe a little bit over, too much, a little bit, whatever. But I think Florida's a team that you know and I know. But let me tell you about Florida, and I'm kind of avoiding your question. Florida does not shoot the basketball from the perimeter the way they shot it last year when they won it all. Remember that. They shot the ball very poorly at the beginning of the year. They're shooting better now. They got great inside people who play hard. If you can get better players than your opponent and get them to play hard, you've got a better chance to win. So I would say I'm not answering your question at all, but I would say that Florida is really skilled. But for all those who are picking Florida, all of you got, you pick who you think and so forth and so on. I would think that Florida better be able to shoot the basketball from the perimeter. Arizona's darn good, just jumping around, talking to you. Arizona does a really good job of defending, and they're big and strong and physical as well. Those are some of the teams you think about. There'll be a bunch of so-called upsets the first part of the tournament. Last night, when Bruce Pearl had said that, well, I shouldn't say what, but Miami of Ohio played well. SMU was not bad, but Miami of Ohio was ready to play. Mental is physical. What 3-1, and you've got to be mentally ready to play. And for you guys who are trying to pick the games, you try to decide not try to decide. You want to know where they're going to play and who they're going to play. What do you do about changing things? In the SEC tournament, everybody knows what you do. So pretty much, I added a few things. But in other games, if they run a 1-3-1 trap, if they're pressing all over the court, if it's totally different, then you got to work your fannies off to prepare. And you got to be mentally ready to play. Was Alabama totally mentally ready to play Ole Miss? Probably not. But that happens to you sometimes. So my team's always mentally ready to play. No, they weren't. And that the mental part of it makes you play much better physically.
Is there a team that you feel like is above everybody else? We've talked about these 1 seeds, a 2 seed here and there, that maybe 3 of the 1 seeds feel like they're about equal. Do you look at either Arizona, Duke, Michigan, even a Houston as just different enough from that collection of teams that you feel like you'd be confident saying they're going to go win a national championship?
I'd say of the ones you mentioned, probably Duke for me. Duke has a way of winning. They beat Virginia twice, very close. They had a couple of guys hurt. I asked the conference office the other day, when you have decided that Duke is the number one of the number ones, what benefit did that help? How did that benefit Duke? And they said to me that the benefit is this. And I should have known this, but I didn't think about it. They got to pick the region they wanted to go in.
Yeah.
By being the number one of the ones. Y'all probably already talked about that. I don't know if you have not. You have. So they picked who they wanted to pick. They didn't want to go south. They wanted to go east, and so they seem to be able to win the close games, and that's what you have to do. You have to be ready to play and win the close games, and that's the critical part of it. Sometimes teams just do that. They just, I don't know if I want to get on here and say he's just better coached. You always have to have something late in the game that'll get you a basket when you need it. We had something that was a score tie or whatever. We had something we thought we could score only if we just had to have it. And so, those kind of things are important for you. And defending is so darn important. You think about the offensive end more than the defensive end. These the fans do. But the defensive end is there are too many times there are too many times that you spend a lot of your time shooting threes, but not enough time defending threes. When I had a very athletic team with a lot of runners and jumpers, I broke every rule in the book. When we went after a guy that was going to shoot a three, we went after him. We left our feet, got hands up with a big minority kid, got the hands up, and affected the shot. The first thing you want to know, if you two guys are coaching at the halftime, did we contest any threes? Did we make it difficult for them to make threes? And for the daddies that are listening to this show today, or anybody that wants to listen, defending the three and contesting the shot is critical. I'm down. I suspend Robert Ory for a game, the first game of the SEC tournament in Nashville before you two were born. And when I get into the dressing room at the halftime, we're down 17. And everybody's mad at everybody, and I'm mad at myself. I should have done something else besides suspending. And we spent the entire time on talk about contesting threes. And I'm just giving it as an example. And we came back, won the game, won the tournament, beat Tennessee in the finals. But you've got to contest. And I'm kind of saying this to people that listen to the show. You guys don't really care about all this, I guess, but I think it's important.
What style of play? We always hear like backcourt. We hear.
Yeah.
I've always leaned toward if a guy like, for example, Arkansas. Like I know Acuff can go, so like I'll lean towards taking a pro. Houston's got a lottery pick that's a top 5 guy. Like I think I lean when in doubt. I lean towards pros. But is there a style that you think wins more consistently in a one and done setting like this?
Oh, I think Houston's darn good because they're so good defensively and consistent doing it. The one thing that you both of you guys, when you're coaching your teams, is not necessarily because y'all got smaller kids, but when you're coaching your team, is a foul's a defensive mistake, unless you get the foul off the boards, going after the ball. But generally speaking, defending out on the court, the foul's a defensive mistake. And you want to cut down the defensive mistakes and keep them from getting in a one-on-one situation. So I don't know what style. You play the style that's best for you, and the style is different than when I coach y'all. And everybody's gonna say, "Boy, I'm glad you don't coach them now," because I didn't like to shoot bad threes. I don't know that Alabama. That doesn't bother Alabama. He does a great job of coaching them, and everybody can shoot them. I didn't have everybody that could shoot threes. I didn't recruit everybody that could shoot threes. So what I wanted to do was look at my shot chart and be sure that the guy that shot the threes the best shot it the most. Today, if I say that now, everybody would say, "Well, crap, Alabama," and Alabama does terrific. So I think that's important. So I don't really know. I wonder what happened at Auburn when the kid didn't play in NIT.
They
Stuff
won.
Like that bothers me.
They won the game.
I know. I understand, but that's you wouldn't like that. You're giving me a kind of an answer, a smarty answer, but that's not what you want.
No, the kid quit on the team.
Play.
I don't care if he can play or not. He quit on the team. Right. You're done.
Yeah,
you move on.
Right. That's right.
Good luck. Wish you the best.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. You put him.
Coach, he's been a problem all year.
Okay, I didn't know it.
So he's been an issue multiple times.
Yeah.
Behavior, demeanor, not what it needs to be. Stephen Pearl's mentioned it multiple times with things that he either missed or been late for. There have been disagreements. So I understand it's a first-year coach that's trying to do what's best for his team and the program. I would say if Stephen could go back and do it again, he'd probably help facilitate that a lot earlier than he did.
I know we're not talking about it anymore, and I know it's all over, but I know the president's going to talk about what they need to do. But I wish there was some way, and your guys are going, when I hang up, you're going to say it is what it is, Coach. To forget, I think a transfer portal, if we could get that straightened out, we would handle a lot better things financially and everything else.
They're already they're already circumventing it, Coach. They're just going to they're going to unenroll in school and go enroll in school somewhere else. as a non-scholarship athlete, and they'll have somebody pay their way. Like what? I mean, it's
then I'm dead wrong.
they're just gonna do it without the portal. It's another loophole that the NCAA didn't think about when they put this in place.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, we've bumped it down now where there's less days you can actually go in. That doesn't include graduates. Everybody's still going to be fast tracking graduation, and we're going to go back to what it was. God, what year was that? Like right before COVID, when the quarterbacks were graduating as fast as they could, so they could just transfer and leave. We're going to get back to that a little bit, and then they're going to start suing them again. So I hate it like you do, but there is no easy fix here. There's not.
No, you're right. Well, anyway, I've told you what I know, which is not much. Y'all enjoy the games. Piggly Wiggly and Coke bring me to y'all every week, and I appreciate you guys putting up with me. Some things I think you agree with, some you don't, but that's what radio is all about. So y'all enjoy the tournament, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, that's the Coach Wim Sanderson joining us on the Higginbotham Hotline. Do you view that any differently? The big picture college sports scenario, story, situation?
I mean, not really. I think you're kind of all over it. I mean, there's going to be loopholes and workarounds all over the place. There's always going to be that, especially now with the amount of money that's changing hands. Like, who cares about scholarship? I mean, that'll be the next frontier.
And this removing walk-ons, actually, the NCAA might have accidentally stumbled into a positive there.
Correct.
By certain schools not going to Nebraska in 1988, where they just said, "Oh no, come walk on."
Yes,
we have 197 kids on the team.
100%. And I mean, some scenarios like Cash Jones at Georgia, like walk on
because he can, right?
Because it wasn't about the money. Like a guy already was making a lot of money, didn't need the money, didn't need a scholarship, made a lot of money, paid his own way. And as a result, you get a real effective third down back that you don't have to worry about scholarship-wise.
Yeah. It's a big benefit to your team.
Huge. Saves you a couple $100,000.
But as far as I still think legally we don't have the understanding of you're going to get sued. They're going to keep suing.
I think we do have the understanding of that.
No, but I think like when Coach brings that up right there, it's like, yeah, you can say that Congress can go do this and go do that. I still think Thomas Mars and his band of renegades are still coming after you.
Likely.
They're coming. They're like, Coach O, we're coming. That's it. That's all it is. John, what happens if you get a perfect bracket?
Well, Cole, if you head over to JocksFM.com, you will notice that the $1 Million Bracket Challenge is back over at Jocks, presented by Twin Peaks. If you pick a perfect bracket, you will win $1 million. You hit 60 games, and you will score $10,000. The top local bracket will get a $250 Twin Peaks gift card and a Stardome Comedy Club couples package. However, the deadline to enter is less than 2 hours away. Make sure you get over to JocksFM.com and fill it out before 10:59 a.m.
Okay. Steve Kornacki just picked UConn on the Today Show to win the women's bracket.
Ooh. The women's.
Really stepping out. Really stepping
rolling the
out
dice.
Mm-hmm. Big risk.
He's an analytics guy.
Big. He looks it too. All right. We'll give you some of our picks. I'm finished. Mine's done. Bracket's in.
Wow.
National championship picks, Final Four picks. We'll discuss it all next on Jocks. I like that the cell phone ring stays in the
Oh,
instrumental.
of course, yeah.
Is this
What you
Chingy? Is this
doing?
just Chingy, or is this Chingy and Friends?
Chingy with Help, which is why it's a good song.
But it's his album.
What you
Yeah.
doing?
Forget some of the things that stay on the instrumental track
So did I.
sometimes.
That's why.
9:22, Thursday, March 19th,
Man, what
right
a
here
jam.
on Jocks.
Oh, what?
How many
Jam.
of the words do you know?
I'm chilling at the Holiday Inn.
So 4?
I don't know. I just don't like singing rap songs because I mean,
No,
I'm
it's,
not
it's
really
actually
good.
good.
I'm
it's
not
actually
really
good
good
radio.
I'm not really good on the specific words.
Mm.
It's usually like a sound, and I don't know.
You could try it though.
I'm not a good rapper. I embrace your weaknesses, acknowledge your weaknesses. I don't intend on starting to try.
Okay.
I am in an effort to try to learn how to play piano. Like I'm trying. I'm not going to try to start rapping.
It was reported yesterday by Andrew Marchand that Matt Berry will be the new host of SEC Nation.
Barry.
Is that you're attempting a rap song about it?
I don't know. Matt Berry. I'm pumped for him. I mean, it's great. Like, I hate to lose Laura, obviously.
Laura was going to have to cut something at some point.
I mean, at some point.
The amount of jobs, I don't know how she did it. It was remarkable, and that she did a good job on as many things as she did. But there was going to come a point in time where she had to step away from something.
I think so.
So Matt Berry will take over as the host of SEC Nation. We'll see how it looks when it's all said and done, and that comes back this fall. LSU is hiring T. Martin as an offensive analyst.
Love it.
LSU feels like Ohio State 2 years ago right now.
Loaded?
Just going all in.
For sure.
Oh, you need a check? Got it.
Would you have said that they were all in last year?
Nah, not quite. I would say some of the peripherals. I would say maybe the main one might not have been all in. The offense coordinator was all in on not running the ball.
Confirm.
Well, that was LSU's problem too. So
running the ball.
Head coach did try to step in a couple times. Trust me, I had conversations about it. He was not happy.
Running the ball, super overrated. Always felt that way.
Specifically out of different formations.
Right.
You mean out of 11, inside weak side zone isn't the play?
Wait, offset gun, same 2 runs again?
Offset gun, zone read with a non-mobile
With
threaded
a
quarterback.
that ain't keeping it. He is not keeping that thing.
No.
And I love Joe Sloan. I do. Like, I love him.
Great guy.
Great guy. And I don't think it was
great teammate.
I don't think it was entirely on him. I think he knew they had challenges along the offensive line. And he, as a result, did not want to play into said challenges. But at the end of the day, yeah, it was not great.
There were sprinkles, though, in the last 2 years when the thing kind of got going for a second, and then it was just completely get away from it. That's the part that frustrates me more than anything else.
Totally fair.
So we have plenty of time to dissect that.
If you're a hater, be a hater. It's fine. Lean in.
I have a story that I think you're going to hate.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
First, tell us about something you don't hate, and that's Bromberg's.
Well, Bromberg's been my go-to for a really long time. If you're in the market for some jewelry, there's so many different options for you when you just go check them out in Mountain Brook Village or at the Summit. And if you're shopping for diamonds, you only need to know one name. It's Bromberg. So it's the perfect engagement ring, diamond studs that she'll wear every day. Meredith wears hers every day. Stunning anniversary gift. Birmingham's best diamonds come from Bromberg's. And they've been helping families celebrate life's biggest moments for nearly 200 years. That's right, 200 years they've been serving this community. So when it's time to give a gift that truly sparkles, ask yourself, wouldn't she rather it come from Bromberg's? Visit Bromberg's in Mountain Brook or at the Summit.
How familiar are you right now with the Arizona State basketball job?
I know that Bobby Hurley was relieved of his duties.
He was. What direction would you suggest maybe they try to go?
Headache Smith? I have no idea. What am I supposed? Am I supposed to know the mid-major coaches that are looking for that job?
Maybe.
Am I supposed to know? Am I supposed to have
Brian
a coach's?
Hodgson maybe up for that job? I don't know. Like
Am I
maybe you
supposed
have
to
a guy.
have a coach's hot board?
Maybe yes. Maybe you have a guy. Should they go more NBA experience? Should they go up and comer?
Most random question ever in the history of the show. Who do you like for Arizona State's basketball job?
Let's tell me if you like this idea.
Okay,
John. Tell me if this is one that you think would be good for the Arizona State head coaching job.
I want instrumental because
we can't play words on this.
Right,
we can't. It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Good pull.
Yep.
I was gonna say
That boy knows ball.
I'm familiar. I'm familiar.
He's the colonel of the tank.
Is he trying to get the job?
Oh yeah, politicking for it.
Really?
He wants it.
No limit state, baby. Let's go.
In Arizona, not where he's from.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean, you
but
take it with you.
have you been to Scottsdale?
Yeah, and nothing like Louisiana.
It ain't bad.
I didn't say it was. It's just
Yeah, it's actually
UNO's
totally different.
right there. Tulane's right there.
Plus, basketball season in the winter, best time to be there.
Tulane, Master P. Yeah.
But Arizona
Southern.
State. Okay, all right.
Yeah, Arizona State doesn't fit. I mean, I would want it too, just so, like Greg said, to live there and
Place is primo.
coach basketball, be nice.
Hurley had it going for a minute too.
He did.
Yeah.
I felt like that was going to work. Is this a good idea?
For who? Master P?
Any of it?
You'll get eyeballs on the program.
Here's the thing. I would have said absolutely not.
Coached a lot of AAU ball.
He played in the NBA for a period of time. He got a jersey.
I
I can get a jersey.
These are like
Not
the guys that
custom-made.
these are the guys that showed up for NFL training camp. It's like I played for the Raiders.
He
Like,
was out there.
I'm not hating on the fact that you did that, but it's like you didn't. He didn't make a roster.
He practiced for the Raiders. He didn't play for the Raiders. There's a difference.
That's actually a great way of stating that.
I would have said this would absolutely not work, and it likely still won't. Until Dion went in and like totally changed the amount of attention that Colorado receives on a day-to-day basis. Now,
He
has
was
he
also
come back to
was-
earth a bit? Yes,
but he was also coaching lower levels of football.
true.
Do we know what Master P is doing right now? By the way, John, trying to bang on him for not doing things in his where he's from. He is currently the president of basketball ops for the University of New Orleans.
Okay.
Why do you think I said UNO was there?
I feel like he could have that job if he wanted it.
But I guess he doesn't want to. He wants to shirk his responsibilities in Louisiana and go to Arizona.
He's also taking credit for coaching DeMar DeRozan, Lance Stevenson, and Brandon Jennings in AAU ball.
Hey.
There you go. Well, in fairness,
Because Lance Stevenson in AAU ball, he definitely made him.
in
Because
fairness,
he was not that guy before he got
No.
to AAU ball at high level.
in fairness, is there a sport that is more dependent on having quality personnel than basketball? Like, is it Jimmy's and Joe's, or is it X's and O's?
Curling.
I'm going to let the defense stand there. I don't have any
That's true, 'cause
pushback. I don't
all
know.
the NBA players listen to everything their coaches do.
It is 100%. There has never been a sport in the history of the world outside of track and field that is more dependent on the personnel's capabilities. And you could tell me, and I'm not sitting here and like dogging basketball and the amount of acumen it takes to coach a high level basketball. It absolutely does. Having a philosophy, having a style of play that players want to play in. Like, there's a lot of benefits to being an incredible coach from an EXO standpoint, but ultimately your job is to recruit. If you can recruit, you're cooking. Like, if you got good players, you're golden in basketball. You're in great shape.
Did we know that his youngest son, Mercy, plays for the Houston Cougars?
Did not.
No.
He's sophomore. Did we know that Master P briefly played for the Houston Cougars in the 80s?
Did not.
Didn't know that.
Did. Left to launch his music career.
Well,
Good decision.
But is there
Right.
a possibility that Master P could recruit at a really high level?
For
Or,
sure.
frankly,
100%.
for sure.
if he's recruiting 4-year-olds that listen to him,
You bad?
When you
Like
say
us.
listen to him,
You bad about it.
First off, I'm hoping 4-year-olds out there are not, but and I don't think there's a lot of youngsters 4, 14, 24 that are listening to his music anymore.
Correct.
That's unfortunately, because it was some good stuff back in the day.
I agree. Yeah. But answer me this.
I was a No Limit soldier for a time.
Attaboy.
I get that.
Attaboy.
But in reality,
I know what they told you.
Is Master P going to be able to recruit well? Because if he can recruit well,
I believe so.
Yes.
Then I feel like he'd probably be he'd be okay. He'd absolutely be worth considering.
He had an AAU team with DeMar DeRozan, Lance Stevenson, Brandon Jennings, and Romeo Miller, all on the same team.
Romeo.
What year was this?
Oh, it was early. It was early 2000s.
Exactly.
I mean, a lot has changed in
But he did it. He put it together. Hey, he's running basketball ops at the University of New Orleans. We know what their basketball team's doing right now.
They about it.
I don't know.
Pelicans?
No, not that.
The
That's the one down the street. No,
the Hornets?
That's Charlotte.
Not the Jazz either. No.
Longer street, but okay.
I'll say this: I feel like Arizona State could do worse. I do.
For sure.
No doubt.
Now, I feel like based on being in camp with the Hornets and the Raptors and the coaching and being involved as a college basketball player, well, the basketball acumen has to be there to an extent. It just has to be.
No doubt.
Like you said, he's going to be able to recruit. Specifically, if there were a group of people that he knew he was going to put around him that could help with some of the organizational stuff, game planning, scouting, things of that nature, if he has those people ready to go, if I was the AD and he sat down in front of me and he laid out those kind of people that were going to be around him that he was going to allow to do their job, and he was going to do what you're saying, motivate, recruit, sort of organize the behavior, mindset of the team, demeanor of the team on a weekly, nightly basis, I think you do a lot worse.
No question about it. You'll find no pushback from me on that. Totally agree.
And it would make a ton of noise.
Oh, yeah.
You get James Harden back in the mix, you might even be able to get him to be able to play. If you get a temporary restraining order.
He's got some years of eligibility still left.
Why not? Go get Barry Bonds back in there.
And some singles.
Love that. I love where this is trending.
Get Jake the Snake Plummer at games. Put him courtside.
Yeah. We're golden.
Yeah.
We're cooking now.
Vontez Burfict. Get him back there courtside.
All day.
Well, security. I think
he can handle some things.
Yeah, absolutely. One way or another.
That could be your halftime gimmick. Can you survive Vontez Burfict over the middle? Jake the Snake throws you slants, and Vontez Burfict just tries to decapitate you at halftime.
There you go.
You get a $10,000 scholarship if you actually receive the football.
Perfect.
I bet people would show up.
I don't disagree.
I bet frat boy Johnny would try to do it, thinking he could make that catch.
No doubt about it.
He wakes up 3 months later.
I made that catch against Vestavia. I made that catch against Scottsdale Prep. Watch. Vontez like 48. Death blow. Probably wouldn't make it. All right. I mentioned that we were going to get you some picks. Final Four, national champion, teams that we like, what we're looking forward to in the tournament. All that and more next on Jocks. Welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. Basketball expertise about to be on full display. Thursday, March 19th, 9:39 on Jocks. If you're lacking sleep, lacking energy, you're going to need more energy to keep up with the NCAA tournament. Game Day Men's Health wants to help you today. Go to GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Sign up for the free consultation. You get the free PSA test, free testosterone test. They're going to tell you right there where your baseline health is. Then they let you know all the different services that they offer. You can save 10% on any of those services by mentioning Mac and Cube right when you walk in the front door. Great people, locker room environment, no stress. They present those services, let you know what might be best for you, and then you move on. Either they can help you or they can't. If they can, like a lot of other Jocks listeners, they get you back to feeling your best, whether it's peptides, weight loss programs. GameDayMen'sHealth.com, now open in Trustville. Final four. Greg McElroy, who do you have in?
Top 4 seeds.
All ones?
All ones, baby.
Big chalk.
I'm going with it this year. All chalk.
All chalk. Damian, final four. You have multiple.
I only have two. But in one of my first bracket, I have Duke, Florida, Arkansas, and Michigan. And in my second bracket, I have Kansas, Florida, Purdue, and Michigan.
Okay, so we're only going to let you take credit for ones that are duplicated.
All right.
So was that Florida? That's the only team you can get credit
Florida
for.
and Michigan.
Okay, Florida and Michigan. You can come in and brag about that in a couple of weeks. Other than that, they don't count. John, final four for you.
Greg copied me.
All chalk?
Yeah, he did. He knew you were doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I went Duke, Florida, Arizona, Iowa State. National champion, Greg. Who are you taking?
The Duke Blue Devils.
If you want to go championship game, you can.
Duke versus Michigan.
And you're taking Duke to beat Michigan in the national championship game. Damien, I guess give us both of yours.
I have Kansas versus Michigan in one with Kansas winning, and I have Duke versus Michigan in another with Michigan winning.
So John thinks Bill Self is the biggest fraud in the tournament and going to lose his opening game, and you think he's going to win a national championship. This is going to be fun to watch. I'm excited to follow this. Now, I'll be dialed in on Kansas, which actually, by the way, kind of the way we laid it out, maybe having best player in the tournament, also guy that might not want to participate in tournament.
Exactly. Right. Yeah.
That this shoe may fit for what Kansas is not, might be, might not be, could not be. We'll see. Who knows? John, you're national champion.
I have Florida losing to Michigan.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised I'm the only one that's going to take Arizona.
You're going Arizona.
I have Arizona over Duke. I feel just a little more athleticism. I have Duke beating Florida in the Final Four. Arizona beating Iowa State, and I'll take Arizona to beat Duke in the national championship game. Duke would not surprise me. Florida would not surprise me. Michigan would not surprise me. Arizona would not surprise me. I'm going to ride with Arizona. So I think at some point in time, if you're going to try to win some of these things, you got to try to be a little bit different. And I didn't see a lot of people picking Arizona. I know
it's a good
collectively
play.
a lot of people will, but at least in my
in your world.
Correct.
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm great with that.
Now I do think the youth is something that you're mildly concerned about.
Yeah. It can also pay dividends.
Yeah,
though.
we've seen younger teams make
You don't know what you don't know.
Exactly. So
And if you always run the gamut and run the possibility, hey, we run it back if we don't get it done. Like that's having that out in front of you doesn't hurt.
Absolutely. Do we think, because you said you've got chalk in the Final Four, the first round, second round, this first weekend, are we thinking upset heavy or no? Are the first two rounds also going to be chalky in your opinion?
Not as chalky in the first two rounds, but this is where I roll the dice. I roll the dice in the first round.
Yeah.
Yep.
Things start to even out a little bit the further we go in the tournament.
I think it'll be a mild level of upsets. We'll get a few here or there. But as we've stated before, even some of the non-1 seeds, I think these teams are so good that we're not going to get – I don't think – and this might be kind of where we've talked about our big shift in college football, where we're going. Even though some of those teams made the playoffs, we know the circumstances as to how Tulane, JMU got there. I think this is kind of where we're going in college basketball. I think a lot of these Elite Eight, Sweet 16, Final Four runs by George Mason, Butler, those kind of teams, I think those are going to be very limited moving forward.
Totally understandable. I think it's harder and harder and harder to sustain year over year. Like, I agree with you.
Is there one of those runs that you wanted to pick that you almost picked, but you just couldn't make yourself do it?
This year?
A team that you said, man, like I think mine was McNeese last year. Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, you had McNeese rolling last year.
That was not.
Might have been 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago.
I remember it, though.
It wasn't good. it didn't end well.
I mean, like the least chalky play I have is I have BYU in the Elite Eight.
But one that you wanted to pick and you just couldn't make it. Like I wanted to pick St. Louis over Michigan. I did.
Yeah.
I think they have experience. I think they have a dominant post player in Oliva. I think they can shoot the three, but that Michigan team is built different. Like that is as big, long, physical of a team as you're ever going to see. I couldn't pick them over that team. I really wanted to pick St. Louis to make like a deep run in this tournament.
Fair enough.
Damian?
Texas A&M.
Okay. Because I think where they finish the season, there's not a lot of people that are going to have A&M making a run.
No.
Right.
You're just going to look at, hey, you cannot collapse down the stretch and then go win 3-4 tournament games. People are going to not think that that's actually feasible. John, a team that you looked at and said, man, I would love to pick this team. I think it's feasible, but realistically, I just can't make myself do it.
It was Alabama. I have them beating Hofstra, but I felt like they wouldn't go that much further. But also, I have Michigan winning the whole thing, so I was like, all right, well, they're not going that far. So,
see, I think Alabama got a good draw. I think there's a good chance Alabama sees Akron in the second round. Not that that's not a team that they could lose to, but that's a team that they're going to be a fairly heavy favorite, I believe, when they play them.
Do you have any double-digit seeds in the Sweet 16?
I'm trying to see. I don't think so. No.
I don't either.
Oh, South Florida.
You have them in the Sweet 16. You have South Florida beating Michigan State.
Yes.
Mm.
You got to get one somewhere.
You got to get one somewhere. That's what I'm struggling with, though. There's
That
not
might
a
be
lot of great ones.
That might be the only one, though. That's the only. No, I have Miami of Ohio over Virginia. But you would never pick that because you hate Miami of Ohio. We've clarified
I got Tennessee.
That.
I got Tennessee over Miami.
Yeah, it's the most physical team that has ever been in the tournament.
Yep. Tough.
No tournament team has ever been this physical.
Rocky
Never.
Top. Tough.
Let's go.
Can't score, but yeah, they're going
Not
to win.
important.
They're going to win
Beat
a
you
lot of games.
Don't need it.
They'll beat you up.
Who took Nebraska?
I did.
Boo.
Sorry.
sucking up to Molly.
No.
No, he's
No.
Birmingham Southern guy. He hates all the other teams.
No.
Yep.
Love buddy, but
Fine.
you know,
Okay, that's fine.
it's all good.
Not me. I'm Troy all day.
Respectfully.
Any double-digit seeds, say Bear Damien, you guys have rolling? I had Troy over Nebraska also. I don't think they're going to get past Vanderbilt, though. I think Vanderbilt sees Florida.
Nah, not any double digits.
I got Troy beating Vanderbilt.
Ooh.
Wow.
If they
Let's
get
go.
one, I figure they
Drink
can
the
rock
Kool-Aid.
another.
Ooh.
That'll be fun. The whole family be in there. They'll have a whole row,
Yeah.
A section, actually.
the whole section. I just meant the siblings. Just the siblings get a whole
yeah.
row.
That's it.
That's it.
They have one concession guide just for them.
Just for them.
Yeah.
They're going to need it. Mom's over there doing power cleans in the aisles in between.
Burpees
Timeouts.
after every 3.
So good. All right.
But there's going to be one game that just completely throws off everything.
Oh,
Something-
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, something like Queens beating Purdue or something early.
I hope not.
If there is a 1, 2, maybe even a 3 that you could see going down early, who would that team be? We'll answer that question on the other side next, right here on Jocks. All right, welcome back in. McElroy and Cubelic in the morning. As we move towards tip-off of the NCAA tournament, we are a little more than an hour away, about an hour and a half away from opening tip. You'll get TCU, Ohio State, an 8-9 matchup on CBS. Then 11:40, that's 11:15, 11:40 True TV, we get our Troy Trojans. 22-11, 13 seed taking on the 4 seed Nebraska. Tonight, your last 2 games to tip, 9 o'clock on TBS. You get Kennesaw State, the 14 seed, taking on Gonzaga, the 3 seed. They're 30-3 on the season. And the last tip of the night, 9-10, True TV, 15 seed Idaho. Vandals going to be taking on the 2 seed Houston Cougars at 28-6. It's 9-10 on True TV tonight. Greg, tell our listeners about Crocker Moving Service.
Well, they're a local company owned by an Iraq War veteran, Eric Crocker. Crocker believes in hiring movers you can trust to complete full background checks, hand-run drug tests on every single employee. These are good guys. You can trust them in your home. You need your whole home packed up and moved, your company headquarters moved across the country, or you just want them to come rearrange your living room. These guys got you covered. They also do deliveries for furniture that you purchased and need to get to your home. So call or visit them online today for a free quote. The website's CrockerMovingServices.com. That's CrockerMovingServices.com. Support your veterans by choosing Crocker Moving Service for your next move.
How much will you get in today? How many minutes, hours consumed of basketball today?
I think if I'm going to play it conservatively, I feel good about 6 to 7 hours.
Oh. And that's just like dialed into a TV.
That is sitting with 3 games on my couch in the basement.
Yeah,
boy.
Watching as much as possible. Damien?
Yeah, I'm like 6 or 7.
You'll be
as much
locked,
as I possibly can.
Locked in as much as possible?
Yes, sir.
Say Bear?
I will have at least one game on. I don't know how locked in I'll be in all day, but it will be on for at least me to consume one way or another, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to say it would be that much. Mine's going to be a little more off and on, I think. Is today a day, Greg, you like to be around as many people as possible watching games? A little more solo? Let me just lock in and watch?
Depends on the group. Like, I want to lock in and watch. It's a little bit like Super Bowl. I'm 100% open to people being around while we watch as long as I can watch. More the merrier. But we're not going to be sitting there talking about the Birkin bag that so-and-so just got or the trip that we're taking next week. Or, like, I want to talk about the games. Like, all right,
Gotcha.
Did you see that? Oh, dude, look at that. Look at that alley-oop. Oh, look what they're doing defensively. Like, I want it to be about ball.
Okay. Speaking of tournaments, I'll give you a bad box score of the day from the NJCAA Region 13A championship game between the Minnesota West Community and Technical College
Spartans.
Knights.
No, they are the Wolverines.
Blue Jays.
Wolverines and Blue Jays.
They just snuck past the Ridgewater College
Rascals.
Mm-mm.
No.
They're the Wildcats.
By the way, Rascals is a good guess there.
I know.
Rascals.
No, they are the Vikings.
The Vikings.
And Ridgewater was sunk 78-40. Your score at the end of one championship game, mind you.
Oh, this is a championship.
Championship game.
All right.
24-5.
Hmm.
Score by quarter would be actually outscored in the second 15-13 and then 22-5 and 19-15. Ridgewater would go they would shoot the ball 55 times in the game.
Mm-hmm.
They made 11.
Okay.
Yeesh.
That's 44 misses. They had 9 offensive rebounds.
Double yeesh.
In the championship game, no hustle.
Now, did go 7 of 32 from 3, which 21.9 from behind the three-point line is actually better than 20% from the floor. Seems like that's hard to do, but
They went cold in the championship game. The moment was too big for them.
from inside the three-point
they're
line, they went
Judge,
cold.
okay.
That's ooh.
Oh,
Dang.
he had a homer and a double.
And a backwards K.
They did turn it over 20 times.
20?
Now, Minnesota West, 25 of 62 from the floor, just 6 of 19 from 3, but they made 22 of 28 free throws in the game.
They kept fouling them.
Your rebounding differential, 59-28.
Yeah. Just overall beatdown in the championship game. That's all that it happens.
Totally.
13 steals, 2 blocks
Yeah.
in the game. So that's your bad box score of the day. For a championship game,
Yeesh.
that one played in Coon Rapids, Minnesota.
Woo.
Think it's cold up there?
This time of year.
Snow on the ground or no?
There's some left over in the snow. There's like a half a snowman that hadn't melted yet in a couple of the yards, for sure. No doubt.
No doubt.
All right, we're back tomorrow to talk more NCAA tournament. 3-man front coming at you next.